There's going to be field visits one time per month for 6 months. 30 days GPS partial for employment only. Now, what does that mean? That means if. All right, the court is calling 2026 CR 0024883 State versus Javier Salazar. Can I have parties announce?
And Johnny Cisneros for Mr. Salazar.
And are you Mr. Salazar?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Salazar, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you, I'm sorry, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, state moves to waive the punishment enhancement.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
And I'm sorry, just one moment. I'm just trying to make sure I can read the numbers in the judgments and the steps. Just give me 1 second. I always say it's better to check instead of get into the plea, and then I say the copying of it, I can't review. All right. Any objections to the waivers?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it at all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with driving while intoxicated third or more. That is a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent. By entering into this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does, ma'am.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Mr. Salazar, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $1,400 fine. State recommends community supervision. This will be run concurrently 2025 CR 001456. There's to be restitution of $60 to DPS. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, off the record for a moment. Does he have a pending motion to revoke out of here?
It doesn't, Judge. That was already adjudicated in January, and this was the new number one on that.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, we're back on the record. Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your that your community supervision be for a term of 8 years. There'll be 10 days in the Bexar County Jail, 100 hours community service restitution, DWI intervention, VIP live, 2-year license suspension, regular random UAs, ignition interlock for half the term, the DOEP course, MRT, and drug court. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor, state offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachment.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right. Mrs. Salazar, did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding to with sentencing?
Please, yes, ma'am.
All right, are you employed?
Yes,
All right, so State, with regards to the 10 days in the Bear County Jail? Do you all want the 10 days in the Bear County Jail or GPS?
Defer to the court, Your Honor. We have no objections to GPS.
All right,
Your Honor, he already had the GPS. We're
Okay.
hoping to get it removed today, but 10 days from now is fine.
all right. So if the GPS will be on for 10 days, if that's full house arrest. If you're employed and you want to work, then it's going to be GPS for 30 days, and that'll be partial for employment. So which do you prefer? The 10 days full house arrest or 30 days partial for employment only?
I will do the 30 for the partial.
All right, and so that the record could be clear, the reason why the court is doing that is because there's overcrowding at the Bear County Jail, and there are health issues at the Bear County Jail.
Thank you.
All right, so when's the last time you had a drink?
It would be the day of the event.
All right, it appears to the court that you have issues with alcohol. You're one of those people who can't stop drinking. You don't know how much is too much, and then you drive. And that's a deadly combination, or it can be. You can easily hit someone and kill someone. And then you will be here crying that you've taken somebody's life. Your attorney will tell you, and I will tell you, I've never met anyone who said my goal was to go out to drink to intoxication and then hit somebody and kill somebody. Usually what ends up happening, they start drinking, they don't realize they're impaired, and then they end up hitting somebody. So you're one of those people who cannot drink at all. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And on this probation, you're not allowed to drink at all. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, or he can do the patch. Well, the patch doesn't test for alcohol. Is that correct? Okay. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. 30 days GPS partial for employment only. Now, what does that mean? That means if you go to work and you see a Burger King on your way and you want to stop at Burger King, you're not allowed to do that. When you leave work, if you're like, I need to stop at the grocery store to pick up some milk, you're not allowed to do that. The only thing you're allowed to do on this GPS is go from your house to your work. That's it. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question. I guess the job that I have to go to Home Depot to get materials for the
Oh, just
client.
let probation know, as long as it's work related, that's fine. Probation, if you will let them know. All right. There is going to be DWI intervention course, VIP live, 2-year license suspension, ignition interlock for half the term, TAP evaluation out of custody, follow recommendations. I'm going to want a referral to felony drug court. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm ordering weekly sober support meetings. And for every sober support meeting you complete, which I'm telling you, you have to go to them weekly, an hour will be deducted from your community service restitution. Proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Do you have any children?
Yes,
What are their ages?
17, 15, 13, and then I have a 4-year-old.
All right, and I'm going to order parenting classes. And there's to be $60 restitution to DPS for testing. And this will run concurrent with 2025 CR 001456. There's a $1,400 fine, and that will be probated. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, and I'm not trying to shock you, but you could have easily been driving, and the mother of your children or the children's grandmother could have been driving. You're intoxicated. You don't know. They could have been on the road and you could have hit them. You understand? I don't understand why when people are going out to drink and they know they're going out to drink, just get an Uber, get a Lyft. It's so much easier now. Back in the day, you had to call a taxi. Now you can just get an Uber or Lyft, and whatever place you go to, you can go up to the bar and say, I'm gonna need an Uber. I'm gonna need a Lyft. And you say that before you even go in there. But of course, that won't impact you anymore because you're not gonna be drinking at all. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Sure. Always
Thank
good
you.
seeing you, Jenny.
Thank you, Your Honor, too.
The defendant is Mr. Salazar. His crime, driving while intoxicated, third or more, a third-degree felony. The punishment range is 2 to 10 years in prison. He stands silent, compliant, as the judge lists the rights he is about to waive: jury trial, cross-examination, silence. One by one, he signs them away. The plea bargain is brutal, but merciful. 10 years suspended, 8 years of community supervision. But the state's recommendations read like a prison sentence of their own: 100 hours of service, a 2-year license suspension, an ignition interlock, random drug tests, and the ultimate humiliation, a GPS monitor strapped to his ankle. Then comes the turning point. The judge asks about jail time. Overcrowding and health issues at Bexar County Jail force an alternative. Salazar chooses 30 days of partial GPS house arrest, permitted only to go to work and back. No grocery store, no Burger King, no life. But the emotional hammer falls when the judge addresses him directly. You're one of those people who can't stop drinking. She paints a nightmare, him behind the wheel, crashing into a car driven by his own children's grandmother. He has 4 kids, ages 17 down to 4. The judge orders parenting classes, weekly sober meetings, felony drug court. He never raised his voice. He never denied a thing. He simply said, "Yes, ma'am," as the judge stripped away his license, his freedom, and his right to ever touch alcohol again. The final reflection is chilling.